There's a lot of movies, no duh, but that I haven't seen that are considered classics. Godfather 1 and 2. Guilty, still haven't seen them. This is Spinal Tap. Finally saw it because it was in the 41st anniversary 4K restoration because Criterion is releasing it in, I want to say September, October. Also, if you didn't know, This is Spinal Tap 2 is coming out in September. Should you watch the first one to get ready for the second one? I say yes. Chase Lehocky here with the Blue Futon, reviewing This is Spinal Tap. What's about pretty simple premise. This is a mockumentary of a British band coming to America and realizing their fame and glory is kind of coming to an end, and there might be a spike in their career in different countries. And that is very true when dealing with rock and other things, because you will have some people that are very famous in other parts of the world, or vice versa. For example, the Monkey movie, the Robbie Williams. America's like, who the fuck is Robbie Williams? But Europe's like, we love Robbie Williams. And you probably have a lot of people from Japan, where a lot of heavy metal Japan people like Cold Rain, as well as Crossfaith, that is huge in Japan and have a pretty good following in America. But if you go to like Europe, they might be like, who are you talking about? And so we do have a lot of people like that, where this is the same way, where it's like, yeah, when you come to America, there might be some good elements. But when you start, like, when is it time to stop? And you realize there might be some, 2000s rock bands that probably should stop, but they're still trying to go. But this is the first of its kind, I think, where it's trying to do the mockumentary of, documentaries. Of course, you have spoof films like Kentucky Fried Chicken, and you have David Zucker that does a lot of spoof movies as well. So it's not a new premise, but doing this documentary style, I think, was, and it truly works. It's funny, it's relevant, it still has the same themes today, and Rob Reiner does a good job directing it, even though his politics and his whole stance, I cannot just stand him as a human being, but he does have some great films like this, Stand By Me, and others out there. So guilty that he's a great ass director, especially with this one as well. It's a very short, like hour-and-a-half movie. It does its job. It's funny. There's some good elements to it. And like I said, there's some elements that are still relevant. And one has to do with the CD cover of being provocative or sexist, and how in the 60s to the 80s are a different time. It's probably going to have the same themes from being from the 80s to today of when they do Spinal Tap 2, of where this movie is going to go about the PC culture, which I don't know how strong they're going to take it. Will they go as extreme as Kevin Smith, really toning it down? Or, Ben Stiller with Tropic Thunder, because, or, Zoolander to Zoolander 2? Or will he still have the good zest to it? But it wasn't so, like, Scary Movie or Tropic Thunder or Airplane type of humor. It is more fun-esque to a point where it does do it, like, it's silly and cute, and there are some little elements to it, but it wasn't provocative to an extent like the Wayne brothers back in the day and things like that. The acting's fantastic, but let's talk about the 4K as well. The 4K was okay. I don't know if this is a movie that needs to be in 4K at the same time. Yeah, sure, you're probably getting some of the grainy elements that are going away. You're getting better sound design because it's a concert-esque film. So you do want the good bass to come out, the guitar playing, and things like that, just the shenanigans to ensue. Because when they are on the stage, it does sound good. I mean, you can't give that, especially with the guitar solo with two guitars and a violin, hysterical. The Hedge, hysterical with the Dwarfs, little people. I don't know what you want to call them anymore, because people say each of them can be, hurtful. But there's dwarf wrestling, there's little people wrestling. It matters what part of the country you go to. It's called different things, so I don't have a freaking clue. Sue me if I'm saying it wrong. I'm sorry. But it's one of those things where it's like it changes every 10 years. Like queer was offensive. Things like that. Now it's not. So I just don't know anymore. I'm sorry. I just don't keep up with this. And if it is, I'm sorry. But through and throughout, But I mean, you call it, but it's like Snow White, they got rid of the dwarves, but calling them dwarves is what they were. And at the same time, it's like you're taking away actors who could have played it. Instead, you do CGI characters. Anywho, I'm only saying that because there's a Stonehead scene in this movie that correlates with that. It is also a good friendship movie about who should actually be in charge of these situations and things like that. But it's just a fun, silly parody mockumentary about a band coming from the UK to America and on their 15th album, trying to still have fun, try to still stay relevant. And it does make you wonder of like, how many of these bands should stay? Like, you know, you had some good hits in the 20s or 2000s. You had some good hits in the 1990s. Should you stay away or should you come back? And that is a solid freaking question. Oh, and this was a sold out theater. Sold the freak out. So this is Spinal Tap will receive a 4.5 out of 5 with Futons, which equals that 90%. So it's either critics and user scores gave this one. Critics a 96% with 74 of them. Audience score 92% with over 100,000. Critic consensus. Smartly directed, brilliantly acted, and packed with endless quotable moments. This is Spinal Tap is an all-time comedy classic. Yeah, I agree. The first audience review is, this wasn't good the first time. Why do it again? Hey, I thought it was fun as shit. 92, 96, 90. Chase the Lock here at the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm on this Futontopia. You Blue Futonians, thank you for watching. Have a great day. I don't care if you watch this today, tomorrow, a week from now, a month from now, a year from now. I love every single freaking one of you. Peace and love. Peace and love. And did you like this movie? I'm going to say you did. You did like this film.